Welcome to another episode of the Women's Hoop Show. The playoffs are here. Finally, it's the postseason. We had a quadruple header worth of chaos to unpack from Sunday. Plus, we talked some awards because those dates were finally dropped, and we're so excited to just get a heads up this year. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll end it with some sending flowers presented by Cash App, where we spotlight players, coaches, and individuals who deserve the praise. Lots to discuss, so let's get into it. Sheryl Swoops.
What it do, Jordan? Hi. How
are you? Welcome back. We have so much to talk about. I love the postseason.
I'm ready.
Okay. I can see you're ready. I can see you're gearing up. Before we get into it.
I'm saying I'm ready for the playoffs. I'm excited about the playoffs.
Me too. But before we dive in, last plug for the merch. You guys, your last day to pre-order your Women's Hoop Show merch. I'm wearing our lavender tee right now. The hottest item. Get it before it's gone. Women's Hoop Show t-shirt. Go to shopwomenshoops.com. Again, today's the last day. Hoodies, shirts, hats, water bottles, hoop root shirts, all the things you need so that you will be ready for the playoffs, the college season, all year round. You can be rocking this. Okay? Final plug. Now, let's get into overall thoughts. Sheryl, I was so comfy Sunday. I had my feet up. I was like, I'm posted here all day long because it's WNBA basketball. Overall thoughts of these first games of the first round. What you got?
First of all, like you, I was loving that. Like Sunday was my best Sunday I've had in a very long time to just be ready for basketball all day. And those who watch football, I'm sorry, because it was a basketball day, all day. My overall thoughts are this. I think that every game might go to a game 3 with the exception of Vegas and Seattle. I even think the Valkyries might get game 2 at home. I do.
I love that theory. Should we just dive into it? Let's talk about Valkyries Lynx first. So the Lynx won 101-72. But Sheryl, to your point, that first quarter, when the Valkyries got up by 10, I was like, this is kind of the team that we were talking about that nobody wanted to see in the postseason because of what they're capable of. So I did for a second have that thought of like, are they about to upset the Lynx right now?
You had that thought for a second.
For a second, yeah.
Here's what I'll say. I never thought the Valkyries were going to upset the Lynx in game 1. However, going back, even though they're not playing at Valhalla, I still think they could win game 2. Here's why I never thought it would be an upset, right? You're at home. The Lynx are at home. It's game 1. You know what the mission is for the Lynx, right? We're trying to win a championship, and there's no way we're going to let an expansion team upset us. The Valkyries, and we've said this before, they are an expansion team, but they're missing experience. Because I do think when they went up by 10, I was like, oh, okay, I like this. I like this a lot. But when the Lynx started making their run, you could see the Valkyries were young, inexperienced, never been here before, obviously. But I still like this Valkyries team and their chance to possibly win game 2 and take it to a game 3 going back to Minnesota. Going back to Minnesota, it's over, but I'm just saying. That's
Oh,
what I think.
that would be
I
so
would love to see
exciting.
it. Would love to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. I think a part of me is just not ready to not watch the Valkyries anymore. Like, I want more games of them. But I think it was, like you said, that inexperience. When you get to the playoffs, and I know you
Mhm.
can speak to this, you have to stick to your identity and then capitalize on it,
Oh, yeah.
right? And the
Yeah.
Valkyries, their identity is defense. And so for the Minnesota Lynx to come in and score 101 points
Yeah.
on this Valkyries defense that is typically so good at limiting, I think that is one of those things that was like, okay, the Lynx are just on another level. They are so locked in because usually Valkyries wouldn't allow that. It was the Lynx largest playoff win margin in franchise history.
Mm.
And then on the other side, the Lynx were able to hold the Valkyries to only 34% shooting and forcing them into 16 turnovers. So it was also the Lynx saying, yeah, your defense is good, but our defense is the best in the league.
But y'all not us, is what they were
Yeah.
basically saying. But I also, when I look at the Valkyries and you talk about their defense, right? That's what they've been known for all season long. Understandably so. In the playoffs, right? Defense, yep, you got to have it, but you also got to be able to score.
Mhm.
And playing a team like the Lynx, if you got to be able to score, you just do, because the Lynx also are a really good defensive team. But when I
Mhm.
look at the Valkyries, again, we've talked about this. I looked at them in the game against the Lynx, and I said, okay, when the game's on the line or when they're going without scoring the ball, who is your go-to player to get a bucket? And they really don't have one, right?
Mhm.
I would say Veronica Burton, who is playing insanely great. She just Veronica Burton, most improved player. I'm just putting that out
For
there.
sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so but when I look at their roster, Tiffany Hayes is not playing, because I would say Tiffany Hayes is the one player who has the experience, right? They don't have that go-to player. And what I love about the Valkyries, though, we talked about them not having that star that everybody knows and everybody recognizes. I just love how it's all about committee. All right. They just get the job done by committee. Whoever is
Yeah.
hot, whoever has a shot, that's who's going to take it. And they play really, really, really good team basketball. The
Mhm.
unfortunate thing for the Valkyries is that they, in the first round, they are playing a very good team, experienced team, a hungry team, a pissed off
Mhm.
team because they
Mhm.
didn't win the championship last year. And this just happens to be your draw this year. I'm not counting them out because I've already said I do think they have a shot to win game 2. But if they win game 2 and it goes to game 3, the Lynx are saying, yeah, we will be advancing. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. To your point, we've talked about it before, but the Valkyries will not be at Chase Center, but they will be at in San Jose at an arena that is a similar size. So it's not like it's going to be a super downgrade in size, and it's already sold out. So the fans said, it doesn't matter where you need us, we're showing up. And I love that for them. So
Yeah.
hopefully it can have the same vibe as Valhalla. For the Lynx, just last thoughts. Nafisa Collier, 20 points, over 50% from the field. And she assisted on 25 of their
Mm,
35 field goals as a
mm,
team. So
mm.
she was not only scoring, but she was also dishing it out. And it was 5 Lynx players in double figures. Like you said, you got to be able to score against this Lynx team because you know that they are, and they can get it from so many different places. And when
Yeah.
they're all clicking at the same time, it's really, really hard to beat them. So
Yeah.
hard. And yeah, the Lynx look determined, hungry, all of those
Mhm.
things that you said, which makes it very, very hard to beat them.
Yeah. Good luck. I mean, there comes a point where it's like there's really nothing to be said. Um,
I know.
but I will again. The fact that the Valkyries are even in the playoffs, Jordan, like
I know. It's really
hats off
good.
to them. Hats off to them. And I don't want to talk like the series is over, because one thing I know about this Valkyries team and Coach Natalie is going to have them ready. They're going to play hard till the very end. They're never out of a game. And even though the score was 101-72, I watched that game till the end. Right?
Mhm.
Because as you said, the Valkyries to me, they're such a fun team to watch, because they play hard, they compete. I love everything about this Valkyries team, but yeah, the Lynx just got a little bit too much for them, I think.
I think so too. Well, this
Anything
is
can
again,
happen,
this is the
but you
best
know.
of 3. Anything can happen. We always say that little caveat. Always want to put that out there. Best of 3 series, game 2 for the Lynx and Valkyries is on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Okay. The next game was the Atlanta Dream and the Indiana Fever. And
Mm.
the question for me going into this series was, is Kelsey Mitchell going to be able to put on her superhero cape and get the Fever past the Atlanta Dream? And the Dream said, Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard said, nah, 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 nah. We're not even going to leave any room
Mm-mm.
for doubt that we should be here. The Dream won 80-68. It was their first playoff win since 2018. Like, they've been in
Wow.
the playoffs, but they didn't even get a win. So this was
Wow.
huge on so many levels for the Dream to get this victory. What did you see from not only Orion Howard and Alicia Gray showing up in matching cowgirl outfits with their boots? Did you see this?
Yes, I
Alicia in
did.
red with her red boots and Ryan in blue. I'm like,
Oh
okay, well,
my
let's wear this every
gosh.
game because you guys both scored 20. But what did you see from the Dream that really solidified them being in the playoffs and being in the mix?
So, yeah, the matching cowgirl outfit was not on my bingo card. Um, but to each his own. um, so I think Ryan and Alicia did exactly what we thought they would do. Right.
Mhm.
And I think they're only going to get better as the series goes. For me, Nas Hillman.
Yes,
Yeah, let's also put her in the conversation for most improved player.
for
But
sure.
Nas Hillman, I thought she had some big buckets and big rebounds in that game. I don't know
Mhm.
if we're talking about her enough in her role on this team, because again, we know what we're going to get from Alicia, from Ryan. Who is going to be the other player, right? To step up, to get it done on both ends. Nas Hillman for me is that player. I don't think Jordan Canada had a Jordan Canada type of game, but as the series goes on, as they go deeper in the playoffs, I think
Mhm.
Jordan Canada can also be that player. The one thing that kind of concerns me for Atlanta, the deeper they get into the playoffs, that's assuming they get past Indiana.
Mhm.
They're going to have to get more production from Bree Jones or BG, some whatever big that is.
Mhm.
That's just my personal opinion. If they really want to have a shot to go deep in the playoffs to win a championship, you're going to have to get some production from somebody in the paint. And I don't know who that player is, but every time Indiana made a run, right? And it was like, okay, well, here comes Indiana. Alicia, Ryan, Nas. Nas was like, nah, I'm here. We ain't doing that. I like this Atlanta Dream team. Shout out Carl Kamesco. Kamesco? Is it Kamesco?
Semesco.
Semesco.
It's a tongue twister.
I
He's
I
been doing
think
his
yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
kind of I
Yeah.
have been so torn. When we talk about awards, like
Okay.
Natalie
Okay.
Nakase, yes, what she's
Mhm.
done in Golden State for sure. But Carl Smesko has come in and turned this Atlanta
Yes.
Dream team into a
Yes.
number 3, doubled their winning total from last
Mhm.
season. Most wins in franchise history. First playoff win since 28. Like the list is endless and you are getting the best version of your
Yeah.
best players. And
Yeah.
that to me is coaching. Like that
Yes.
is directly related to coaching. So I feel, I mean, I don't have a vote, voting's over, but this idea of he has just really revitalized this dream franchise, and to the point where it's like unrecognizable sometimes from
Yeah.
last year or 2 years ago. So I don't, he's been doing his thing and he is coaching, and I think when it gets further in the playoffs, his clipboard is really going to be able to show as well the adjustments that he's going to need to make. But right now, I think that they played a great game plan.
Mhm.
They said, okay, let's
Mhm.
see if Kelsey Mitchell can beat us by herself. And
Yep.
to that point, for the Fever side, you know, Kelsey Mitchell had 27 points.
Whew.
She did what she was going to do, 9 for 18 from the field, but the rest of the team combined for 41
Mm.
points,
Mm.
13 on 45
Mm.
shooting. Odyssey Sims got to 10 points. That was the only other Fever player in double figures. Um yeah,
Um,
I it's not enough. I just don't
so
think it's enough.
on the Fever side, right? I know we talk about all of the injuries that they've been hit with,
Yeah.
but it's the playoffs. And so the players that have been showing up and carrying the team all season, not only do you have to show up for the playoffs, but you got to take your game to a different level.
Mhm.
Aaliyah Boston, like you got to give Kelsey Mitchell some help.
Mhm.
And one thing that I do feel like hurt the Fever in game 1 was not having Demiris Dantas.
Yeah. I didn't even know about that until the game started. They had
Right.
so many people, Cheryl, that are
I
injured.
know. I
They had a
know.
second bench
I
behind their
know.
bench for the other injured players.
Jeez.
Like, it's so many things. Yeah, she was in what, concussion
Yeah.
protocol, but then
Yes.
she also had something on her knee. So that would have been so great. And maybe they can get her back before the series. We're not sure. But Damaris Dantas
Mhm.
can space the floor and bring
Yes.
out a
That's
Bree
exactly
Jones
what she
or a
can do.
BG.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So when looking ahead for game 2, I mean, I think Atlanta they're going to play better, but Indiana they're gonna Kelsey Mitchell's doing all Kelsey Mitchell can do.
She is.
She is. So everybody else they got to show up. They got to give her help. You know,
Mhm.
Natasha Howard's very capable of scoring the ball. Aaliyah Boston, Odyssey. I know Odyssey had 10, but even Odyssey, she can play better. Lexi Hull is that one player for them that's going to have to be able to knock down wide open threes if they're going to
Mhm.
have a shot to win game 2.
Mhm. And some of those shots will fall at home. You
Oh,
know,
for
like that's
sure.
kind of though a lot of these role players, when they hit an open shot, it just feels better when your crowd is behind you. It's
Yep.
harder to do it on the road. So
100%.
Indiana being able to play at home for game 2, I think is huge for them, and their crowd is really going to have to rally.
Mhm.
Um and the Dream just have to keep doing what you're doing. Like I think that's what, I don't want Ryan to try to do too much. I loved Alicia Gray's pace.
Yep.
I feel like she was pushing the ball up the floor. Um keep doing those things. Don't try to change it too much. You already got the win.
Yep, just
Um
do what you do. Just do what you
just do
do.
it. Just do what you do. Do what
Mhm,
you do.
mhm,
But to your
mhm,
point, for Bree
mhm.
Jones, BG, do a little more. Do a
Yeah,
little more. Okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
I like that. Do you still have the dream coming out?
I
3
do.
games though? You have it going to 3 games?
Oh, 3? I did say that, didn't I? I do. I do think Indiana can get game 2 at home.
Okay.
I do. Even
That would be their one to get.
with the short roster. I mean, if they
Mhm.
don't get game 2, it's over.
True.
So so I mean,
You're right.
there
This
will
is
be
their
no
only
game
one to
3.
get.
So, yeah. Yeah. Yep, let's go. But
Oh,
to your
jeez.
point though, Jordan, like there are certain players that just they play completely different at home. And I think
Mhm.
Lexi Hull is one of those players at home. Like the shots that Lexi got in game 1 that she did knock down, I think she makes those shots in game 2. And
Yeah.
also knowing and understanding if we lose game 2, our season's over. So the fever is going to come out. They're going to play a lot harder. Like they're going to have a little fire in them, and we'll see what happens. I do think they can get game 2 though.
Mm. I mean, it was also, last thing I'll say, very physical game. And I think
Mhm.
that this has always been that vibe when these teams have played each other. Um, so it was dictated a little bit by the refereeing and, just this idea that let's set this tone early of how we are going to call this game and let it be physical because it's the playoffs. Everything goes up a notch, including physicality. And we'll see how Aaliyah Boston adjusts because I think she got into foul trouble and was getting frustrated. And even Lexi Hull got into some fouls. So that's also a thing I'll be watching out for game 2. See how they adjust to the
Yeah.
physicality.
Good point. Very good point.
See that. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we got a lot of thoughts on New York and Phoenix and Las Vegas and Seattle. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Women's Hoop Show. And before we get into, because we were just talking about this over the break, before we get into New York and Phoenix, I wanted to ask how are you feeling about this new format? Because with the 1-1-1 and every team getting a home game, because that was a huge complaint last year,
Yes.
that if you get the higher seed just got 2 home games and the lower seed never even got a chance to go home. But now they have to travel sometimes very far because these are not conferences, maybe cross country in a day's time for the next games. But just wanted to get your feelers of how you're feeling about this new format this year.
I don't like it.
Mm.
I love the fact that, you know, everybody gets a game at home. But real quick, because you do the hoop route, so you probably know this. Because, back in the day, I remember we were the higher seed. And our first game, like we had to go play on the road at New York.
Oh,
So if we
yeah.
lost that one, we come back home and all the pressure's on us, even though we had, 2 games at home, but the first game was on the road. Anyway, didn't like that either.
Weird.
Didn't like that either.
Yeah, no.
Honestly, I wish that the first round, I wish it was 5 games.
Yeah.
I do. And also because like everybody's going to have a bad game like or an off night. So to say you got one chance to win at home and game 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus if it's a 5-game series, you do 2-2-1, right?
Yeah.
Two,
Yeah.
at least to me, that's what I would do. You got
Mm-hmm.
2 games. The higher seed has 2 games first, then you go on the road for 2, and then you go back if you need to. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't like the 1-1-1. It just
I know. It's so, now that you brought that up, I want to do a hoop roots of all the different iterations
Hmm.
of the playoff format because it has changed a lot.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
this is way better if you are a newer fan. Single elimination games were
Crazy. That's
crazy
just crazy.
chaos,
Yeah.
but it was bad. Like if you worked so hard to get into the playoffs and you had one game to prove it and you were on the road or you just couldn't have a bad game. And we're going to talk about some players who had some bad games that they would not have wanted in a single elimination game. So we're far from that. But then this next iteration of 1-1-1, I don't know. I'm curious how this goes to see if it lasts because it seems like a lot of travel
Yeah,
in a
like
very short amount of
I just
time.
don't think it can last. Not 1-1-1. It's yeah.
Yeah. Or it had like at least be on the same coast. Like Phoenix
Something.
to New York is
Something.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, just had to ask that because it's new. We're figuring it out and we'll see if this sticks. But the next game of the Sunday was New York and Phoenix. And this was a 4-5 seed matchup. We
Mhm.
knew it was going to be close. We got an overtime game in the first round, even though it was ugly.
Mm.
We still got an overtime game. But New York won 76-69. My favorite thing about this is the game within the game. The game within the game was Natasha Cloud coming back to Phoenix being pissed
Ooh.
off that they traded her,
Ooh.
that she should still be on that team. And she has been carrying this energy all season long, but playoff version was
Mhm.
beautiful to see.
Mhm. Mhm.
Completely out for revenge. 23 points, 10 in the fourth quarter in overtime, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 9 for 12 from the field. Like she went off. She went off. And that was exciting to see. New York Liberty needed that.
Mhm.
And that was fun because that was kind of the storyline underneath everything.
So, even with the mask,
I know.
Tosh was giving them buckets. I agree with you. That was one of my favorite parts to see was Tosh is always going to compete. That's just who she is. But this had so it was the playoffs and she was going back to Phoenix. So this had a little extra sauce where she was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay, let me just remind y'all of what y'all got rid of." Right?
Mhm.
And they had no answer for her. I don't
None.
care who it was that tried to guard her, slow her down, whatever. They had no answer for her. I I want to add this, um, because I did say I think all of the playoff games will go to 3 games, with the exception of Seattle and Vegas. Um, Stewie getting hurt.
I know.
Jordan, I looked at her face though, and she looked like she wanted to cry.
She
And
was
I
tearing up.
was just like, that's not a good sign.
Not at all.
And
Not at
and
all.
not just for this round. Yeah, they were able to win in overtime without her, but I don't know how I feel about New York's chances without Stewie.
God. I just yelled out, "No,
I did too.
please. Please,
I did too.
no." With her holding her knee. And
And it
and
was
they
all
said it
over
on the
her face.
broadcast, it wasn't the same knee that she had surgery on, it wasn't the same knee that she was out with before. That
Mm,
was her right knee, this is her left
mm,
knee. She didn't have a sleeve on, she didn't have a brace on. She tried to stay at least she got up, so we were like, "Okay, she was able to walk off on her own
yeah.
accord." She had to stay on to shoot the free throw. She played a few possessions afterwards, but she was not moving. Like she was
Well,
barely
it didn't look
able
good.
to move on it.
Just didn't
We
look
don't
good
have
to
an
me.
update yet, but I'm with you. I think this is worst case scenario because the whole time we're saying Liberty have a chance. They're finally fully healthy. And then this happens. Ugh.
Ye Yeah, just hoping for the best for her.
Yes.
I
Yes.
know they have Emma Meeseman. She was the one player though, for me, I was like, "Where is Emma?"
Yeah.
Like, "What's
Kind
going
of
on with
floating.
her?" Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Um, but with all of that being said, this is my favorite series.
Me too.
I love this matchup. I love you. I thought all games were physical. We talked about Atlanta and Indiana, but even this game was a physical game. Phoenix, I felt like they let this one slip away.
Oh yeah.
Like
Like
they had a
literally came
real
down to a layup.
yeah, the layup
Alyssa
at
Thomas
18
could have
minutes.
made the
Yeah,
layup.
I was
I
like,
know.
oh no. And when they went to overtime, you said it. Overtime was ugly. It was ugly
Oof.
for Phoenix. It was ugly for Phoenix.
For Phoenix.
But
Yeah.
if anybody can get a road win in game 2, I feel like Phoenix can do that at New York. I do.
It's gonna be tough though.
Of course.
It is going to be tough.
Yeah.
The solace that Phoenix Mercury fans can take is like historically you can't shoot worse than this, like 2 games in a row. Like you just
Facts. That is
it was
facts. Ooh,
heartbreaking.
that is
I
facts.
mean, just to put some numbers
Mm.
behind it, they had 8 points in the 4th quarter as a team and 4 points in overtime. In the last 15 minutes of the game, they scored 12 points as a team. That is not getting it done. You didn't hit 70 points and you had overtime. Like this is a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
low scoring game on
Yeah.
both sides, but especially
Mhm.
Phoenix. And then
Mhm.
particularly Satu Sabli. That was hard to watch.
Mm.
It was really hard to watch. She
Mm.
went 2 for 17.
Mm.
2 for 17, 9 points in almost 37 minutes. 12%, Sheryl, that's 12% from the field. She was
Damn.
1 for 10 from the 3-point line. And
Damn.
historically bad. That's what I'm saying. Like this was the second fewest made field goals in a playoff game in WNBA history with at least 15 attempts. And it was a list. They showed the list of all the players that this has happened to. Sabli was on the list twice. She did it
Damn.
again in
Damn, Gina.
2023.
Damn, Gina.
The last time she was in the
You
playoffs with
can't do
Dallas,
that.
she went 2 for 15 in 26 minutes. So it was
Ooh.
volume shooting. It
Ouch.
was not taking what the defense was giving you. It was trying to shoot yourself into the game. And that made it really hard to watch. Like, ooh, one of these got to fall. And they just weren't.
Can
They were
I
not.
go back and change my mind on Phoenix winning game 2?
I mean, again, it can't happen
Oh,
twice. Like, that would be
jeez.
crazy.
And here's the thing, like Satu is a better player than that. But at some point, if the shot ain't falling, let's do something different.
We got to do something different. We
But
got to
but
drive.
I'm like, but was the shot falling for anybody?
Not really. Not really. Maybe Dewana Bonner. I think she did pretty well, but she only shot
Mm,
7 times. She made 5 out
mm,
of the 7, but
mm.
it's just
Ooh.
it was rough. And especially, I think what makes it even worse is that Phoenix were able to turn over New York 21 times.
Mm.
And how do you not win that game when you're able to turn over the Liberty that much? Like, to me,
100%.
that's where it's like,
100%.
okay, this is just a bad game. Let's just forget about this.
You can't turn a team over that many times and not capitalize off of it and not come out on top, which again is why I said Phoenix let this one slip away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like Phoenix lost that game. New York didn't beat them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yes. I think that's right.
Mm, 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 mm,
That's
mm.
right. The
Damn,
next
Satu.
layer, I know. I'm sorry. Those numbers.
Sorry. Jeez.
I'm so
Mm,
sorry.
mm.
The other thing, though, with New York is they played very heavy minutes. Like their starters, their core played a lot. Natasha Cloud, 39 minutes. Stewie, 39 minutes. Sabrina, 42 minutes.
Ooh.
Phoebich, 39 minutes. Like,
Mm.
while we're in the middle of September and you
Mhm.
got a game in 2 days, like
Mhm.
that's a
Mhm.
lot. And then on
Yep.
top of that, what we're talking about with these question marks with Stewie, how is team morale? Like, are you deflated
I
now that you
know.
thought you were gonna be celebrating this win, but it's this dark cloud of questions? You don't know what's going on with Stewie. Like, that could affect you.
Uh, and they're all thinking, "Dang, we finally got everybody back healthy for the playoffs."
I
And
know.
now there's a big question mark around if Stewie will be able to play. Listen,
Mm,
I don't want to assume anything, and I just want to send great vibes to Stewie. I don't even want to talk about what the injury looked like when she got hurt. I'm just talking about
yeah,
her facial expression.
I know.
She looked like she was in pain and that she just wanted to bawl.
Yeah,
And
no.
to me, like that, you never want to see a player, your teammate look like that. So that's a great point you make. Like, how is the team morale? How are the players feeling? Like, two things can happen. In game two, they can come out and feel sorry for themselves and be deflated and like, dang, like we got to go without Stewie. Or they'll come out and say, Stewie, we got you back. We're doing this for you. This is if she's not able to play. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know if
Mm,
she's not able to go. Emma Mieseman,
yeah,
yeah, let's go.
this is why you're here.
Yeah.
Like, need
Yep.
we need a little more, and I know that you're capable
Hmm.
of it. I
Oh
mean,
gosh,
just the
yeah.
fact that the announcer said that the Liberty have 3 Finals MVPs on their roster.
Mm.
Emma Mieseman is one of those, and that
Yep.
is why you're here to
Yes.
be you add to the scary factor of the Liberty.
Yep.
Um, so that needs to happen. That gotta come up. What about
Mm.
JJ? I kind of felt the same about JJ too.
Me too. Me
Need a
too.
little more.
Um, yeah, I've always kind of felt this way about JJ. When she decides to show up and play, like
Yeah.
JJ's a hell of a baller, like
Mhm.
tough to defend. And sometimes she shows up and she just goes through the motions.
Mhm.
And I felt like in game one, she kind of just went through the motions. Um, 100% agree with you. Even if Stewie is playing, they absolutely need more from JJ because she's
Yes.
capable of giving them more.
Mhm. She finished with 7 points in 35 minutes, 12 rebounds. To our point about Emma Mieseman,
Mm-mm.
she only had 2 points in 13 minutes. So I guess her minutes could definitely go up in the next game. But um, yeah, I think even looking ahead, even when I was looking at the Minnesota Lynx, and I'm like, okay, if the Liberty can pull this off, it will be Minnesota and the Liberty. And the Liberty have their size is their advantage. They have that length and they have that over Minnesota. But if JJ is kind of hiding in the background
Yeah. Yeah.
and only putting up 7 points, then you're not able to really exploit that part of your game for the Liberty.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'll be looking to her. Another person, I feel like JJ, Phoebich, maybe even Misamin, a home game, those I automatically give them like 5 more points for a home game. I think that's
Yeah.
what's going to help them too in this next game. We'll see. Any notes for Phoenix that they need to work on besides we putting up some shots?
Whew,
We
child.
doing some around the world.
Well, listen,
we
it's
shooting a
kind
little
of
bit.
like, no doubt about that. It's kind of like we said with Indiana, you got to win game 2 or your season's over.
Yeah.
Um, I, Dewana Bonner to me needs some more time, more touches. She's been here before, right? Just
Hmm.
from the playoff experience. Um, and if I'm just saying, if Satu, if your shot ain't falling, like you got to do something different. You got to win game 2.
Yeah.
Um, no, I mean, besides just shooting the ball better,
I think their
yeah,
defense was great at times, like really good, really, really good. And
Jordan, they didn't shoot the ball well, and they still should have won the game. If
yeah,
AT
yeah,
doesn't miss that layup, they don't go to
yeah,
overtime and
you
they
win
win
the
the
game.
game,
Yeah,
right?
I agree. I agree. I agree. All right, Phoenix,
That's
get
it.
it together. Get it
I
together.
want a game 3. We need a game 3.
I
So,
know,
yeah.
especially the series. That would
Yeah.
be so
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We need a game 3. Phoenix. So
But
get it
and
together.
lastly, shout out to Natasha Cloud because
Yeah,
again, can't
Tosh.
overstate how
Woo!
much of a statement and how good that must have felt internally to have that type of game
Girl.
on
Yeah.
Phoenix's floor in
Yeah.
front of the people that traded you, like
Yeah.
all of
She
that
was
together.
like, take this and take this and take this. Yeah. Love it. I
With my
love that
mask
for her.
on.
I love
Yeah,
that
me
for
too.
her.
Me too. Me too. Okay, the last game of
Mm,
Sunday, the nightcap.
mm, mm.
Whew. Las Vegas Aces. Ooh, Las Vegas Aces
Mm.
beat down the Seattle Storm 102-77. I honestly don't even feel like that score feels right. Like it felt like 102-20. Like that's what it felt like as you're watching it. So for them to still get 77, we should applaud that. The
Mm.
Aces are now on a 17 game winning streak. I saw a tweet that made me laugh out loud, and it said, Storm fans deserve compensation for having to watch whatever that was.
Ooh.
Oh, oh.
Ooh.
What you think,
Ouch.
Cheryl?
I
It
agree.
was it was yikes. It was yikes.
Okay. Before we talk about the game, I just want to say a couple of things. I don't know what it is, but I really do feel like there is something going on within the Seattle Storm organization. Here's what I hate this for Noelle Quinn
Me
being
too.
the only Black female head coach in the W. This is such a bad look for her, for the team. Again, I don't know what it is, Jordan, but you have too much talent to do what you did in game 1. And it's the playoffs. It's not just a regular season game. It's not a
I know.
preseason game. It's the playoffs. Like, first of all, where is the pride? Where is the
Mm-hmm.
pride to show up, compete, play hard, even if you don't win the game? My thing with watching Seattle last night, and I told you this, I think I stopped watching at halftime.
Oof. Yeah.
But because I'm watching players and I'm like, you're not even competing. You're not even playing hard. You're going through the motions. You look like you don't care. To start a Gabby Williams, Nneka Ogwumike, Skylar Diggins, Ezzy Magbagor, like
Wow.
that's talent. That's
Mm-hmm.
talent. Like, give us something. So again, I don't know what it is. It just feels off to me. And I only bring all that up to say, y'all, we only got one Black female head coach in the W anyway.
I
And
know.
based off of what has happened all season and what it looks like now in the playoffs, I don't know. Listen, I don't want Noe to lose her job. I don't know if she'll have a job next year with Seattle.
I
And
agree
I
with you.
and I hate saying that. But something's off. Something's got to change. I don't know what it is. Can't put my finger on it. I will say this: the one player that when she came in that I watched that I was like, okay, she's competing was Erica Wheeler. Like
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Erica Wheeler was at least competing.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, uh, it's stuff I want to say, but I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna just keep it PG. But be
No,
better, Seattle. Be better. You gotta be better.
yeah, I'm so with you about Noelle Quinn. And I think that is so painful and heartbreaking to say.
Hmm.
And I think I had the fact that they were battling for eighth. I was like, if they don't miss the playoffs at all, or if they don't make the playoffs at all, then that's automatically an issue.
Yeah,
But
100%. Yeah,
now you made it
yeah.
and you get into the seventh spot, but this is your showing. This is also not looking good. This is not looking good. And I think it just lacked cohesion. Like, I don't know, it's an effort thing, but at the same time, I just feel like at some points everyone went solo. Like, everybody
Hmm.
was like, Brittany Sykes was
Let me
like,
go get
I'm just
mine.
gonna drive to the
Yep.
basket 3 times in a row and try to score, and it would clank
Let
off
me
the
go get
backboard. Then
mine.
Gabby Williams would try to do 20 crossovers and a pull up tough shots. And it's like, okay, what is the plan here? What's the offense? I don't feel like there is an offense.
Mm.
So that looked bad. And then in the post game press conference, Gabby Williams said, our rotations on defense, we were just late. Like, that's an effort thing. They were blowing by us. No help was there. We were just like 5 steps too late. And I'm paraphrasing. But it very much lacked effort, desire, playoffs.
Care.
We Yeah, that I care to be here. That I care to be here. On the other side, again, the game within the game, Jewel Lloyd going up against her former team where she played
Yeah.
10 seasons in Seattle.
Yep.
She came in, Sheryl, she scored 7 points in 1 minute.
Like that. Like that. Jewel was like, take that, take
Immediately.
that, take that. Yeah. Yeah.
Immediately came in. And I think just on the complete opposite side, the Aces look like a well-oiled machine. They look
Ooh.
super cohesive with their leader of Asia Wilson also clicking on all cylinders. Nalissa Smith, so good.
Mm, mm, mm.
So good.
I'm just raising
Aces
my
look great.
hand for
Yes, go
permission to
for it.
speak.
Please, please.
Uh okay. Listen. I know and I still think that AT deserves an MVP title. She absolutely does. Fee absolutely does. Asia Wilson, I am going to apologize right now because I don't know, a few weeks ago I said if I had a vote, I would vote for AT. And I don't want to say I'm changing that because AT absolutely deserves it. Asia Wilson's on a whole nother level. She's on a whole nother planet, Jordan. So yeah, I am going to change that because if I could vote today, it's just crazy to
Yeah.
look at what Asia will, just her body of work, what she's doing for this team. We went from saying, "Dang, will Vegas even make the playoffs this season?" to now I am saying Vegas could win another championship this season.
Yeah.
Looking at the way they're playing and everybody else in the playoffs, man, it's almost unfair. I,
Mm-hmm.
I and it's not just Asia. everybody else around her is finally waking up, finally
Yes.
saying, "Oh, this is what we've done in the past that helped us win a championship."
Yes.
Chelsea Gray is back to Chelsea Gray. Jackie, girl, why did I almost say Jackie Lloyd? Jackie Young is back to Jackie Young. Jewel Lloyd's playing better. I love when you said Melissa Smith. Dana
Mhm.
Evans is playing well. Kirsten Bell knows what, when she's in the game, she knows why she's in the game. And listen, getting Cheyenne Parker Tyus back
Yes.
is
Huge.
this Aces team. Asia, I am so sorry. That's all I'll say. But I do want to say to AT, just because I'm saying Asia, I'm sorry, it doesn't mean I don't think she deserves an MVP. I think last year, I thought she played very well. This year, she did. It's just so hard for me to watch the Aces and watch Asia night in and night out in her performance, both ends of the floor, and what she's doing, Jordan. Like, I'm a fan.
I know.
I love Asia
It's
as a person, but
beautiful to
I'm just a
watch.
fan of, yeah, she's just on a different level.
Mhm.
She really is. And here's the part that frustrates me with people though. Like Asia, and we said this, Asia was playing well in the beginning. They just were losing games because her
Mhm.
teammates decided they weren't going to show up to help her. She was
Right.
still
She's always
doing,
been doing great.
yeah, she was still doing the great things. It's just now people are noticing it more because they're winning.
Mhm.
And her teammates are like, "My bad, dang, we ain't show up, sis, but we got you. We ready. We ready." Yeah,
I
I
I
don't think, I'm sorry. And
no.
based off of what I saw with Seattle, I think they're done. And I think they're done because they played like they really want to be done and they don't care.
Yes. Yeah.
Not that they're not capable, but they look like they don't care.
Ugh, which is, come on. We can't be saying that at this level, at this time of the season. Absolutely not. One thing you never have to question about Asia Wilson is the effort and that desire. And that is why she is one of our game's greats. I think ESPN had a graphic that they wanted to tell the story of during the winning streak and before the winning streak, putting her numbers side by side, but they were pretty much the same. Like
Mm.
Asia
Mhm.
has been
Mhm.
doing this all season long, but like you said, the knock against her was her record.
Mhm.
And it's hard to make a case for that MVP when you're at the bottom trying to make it into the playoffs. And that's been for any player any year.
Yeah.
Now, them being a number 2 seed, uh, that writes itself for sure. The case writes itself. But I think that for the Aces, their emphasis was defense for sure. That's what needed to change. The offense was going to come. Asia Wilson's offense has been there, but the defense has really made a switch. And when you think about, yes, Seattle looked deflated, but holding a team to 25 points at halftime when Sheryl turned off the TV, the lowest in postseason history for Seattle, and also for Vegas, the biggest death or the biggest lead at halftime in franchise history. Like that was a statement. That was, we are not just barely in the playoffs. We can be in the finals, and good luck going up against us when we're playing like this. Who
Yeah.
is there I'm like, is there any looking forward to game 2? It's also one of those things, like, even if, and we joke and we say messy bun Skylar, and I mean she had messy bun, didn't really help them much this past game.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
this idea of like, oh, I bet Skylar was yelling at them in the locker room after the game. Like, it's the playoffs. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. So it's a little bit of where do we go from here? Like, can she yell at them more? Maybe. Can they get up to have a home game? Maybe, but I think I fall more into the camp of what you're saying of it. They look done, they look over it,
Mhm.
and I think this is going to be a very similar game for game 2,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
and I hate that too, but that's kind of how I feel, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're done, so let's not put that much effort into winning game 2 because we don't really wanna go back to Vegas for game 3.
Oh my
So let's
god.
just be done. And I hope that's not the case, Jordan, but after what I saw in game 1, I'm not really sure, I don't know. That's all I'll say is I don't really know.
Yeah,
See,
that's fair.
this is every player. They each need to look at themselves in the mirror and say, "I didn't show up. Do I
Mhm.
care? Do I want to win?" Like it's time for you to check yourself individually and figure out how you can be better in game 2 to help your team get a win.
Mhm.
If that's what you want to do.
If that's what you want to
Cuz
do.
maybe you don't. I'm just saying maybe you're like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm ready for vacay."
Whew.
Mhm.
Cancun on 3. No.
Somewhere on
We'll
3.
we'll see. We'll see about that. The game 2 is Tuesday night, 6:30 Pacific. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to quickly talk about the award schedule and then also give out some flowers. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Women's Hoop Show. Sheryl, we got a schedule for the awards. I
Say
feel
it ain't
like
so.
I won't have to just have my notifications on at all times because last year they dropped, I think it was the MVP at like 5 a.m. Eastern announcement, and everyone was just like, "What? What? We didn't get to digest this." So we have a schedule, and the awards have a little rollout. How do you feel about that? Some organization.
I love it. Cause I remember last year we were like, "Oh, they announced the MVP already, or they announced Rookie of the Year already." There's one that I have a question about because maybe I wasn't aware of this one. So has there always been an announcement of the 5 finalists for MVP?
No, you're right about that. I see that
I've
on here
never
for
yeah, I've
Friday,
never seen
September
that.
19th. Announcement of 5 finalists for the MVP award. Huh. I feel like maybe that's just been a talking point, but I
No,
guess they
yeah.
just now it's like a
That
voting.
that one to me,
Interesting.
we don't
Right.
why? We don't need that.
Yeah.
And it's 5. 5. Huh. Okay.
Interesting. And we're looking at the schedule again. We're recording this on Monday, so the most improved player is supposed to be announced today. So we're recording this Monday morning. So we might miss that. But then by the time we record next, most improved player, coach of the year, defensive player, sixth player, and MVP all
And the 5
within the next
finalists. Don't
and
forget
the
about
five,
one. The
five
5 finalists for
finalists
MVP.
for the MVP will all be out, which is like a lot. Um
Hmm.
it's going to be chaos, Sheryl. It's going to be so on social media people are going to be insufferable. I'm mentally preparing myself.
I just I just take a break during that time.
I literally am. I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to be on the beach. So
I
don't
just
bother me with
I'm gonna
your
text
take.
you and tell you though.
That's
No,
fine.
I'm
You
like,
can. You can.
"What?
You can deliver the
What? The
news.
5 finalists? That's a new one. That's a new one." Okay.
We'll see. Maybe it's
Okay.
something that I don't know. I kind of like it because even if I think of someone like an Alicia Gray, like if Alicia Gray is a MVP finalist, like at least that's something that you can hold on to.
No.
And because you probably aren't going to win it because it feels like it's really bottlenecked at the top. But you can say I was an MVP finalist, maybe.
Jordan, no. Nobody cares about that.
Also, the 5
That's my
finalists was
thing.
first team all WNBA.
Yeah, but that's my thing. Like, are you making the announcement of the 5 finalists because you want the 4 who don't win to feel good that they were a finalist? Well,
I think
I
so.
didn't win it, but at least I was a finalist. Okay.
Sheryl said nobody cares, so maybe not. Maybe
No,
that's not a thing.
well, let me say this. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, if I didn't win it, I don't care if I was a finalist. What?
It's a good point. Good point.
But okay.
We'll see.
We,
We'll see
we
how that rolls out.
You and I could everybody right now is saying, okay, well, I know who the 5 finalists are.
Right. We've been talking about that all year.
Girl.
Quite literally.
Stop. Who's in charge of this list? Okay, sorry.
Okay. We'll talk more about awards next go around because we'll actually be able to see the voting, see how it all goes down, and who actually won the awards. But now it's time for Sending Flowers, sponsored by Cash App. Making money moves should be easy, and that's why there's Cash App. It's fast, safe, and honestly just way more personalized than other apps out there. Sheryl, who would you like to send some flowers to this week?
I'll keep it short and sweet because I haven't done it all year, and I already apologized, but now I need to send her flowers, and that would be Asia Wilson. I
love it.
You know, I love how Asia has heard the noise all season, right? Just about everything. And I love how she just kept her head down. She kept putting in the work. She kept being great. And yeah, I just need to send her some flowers today.
Some apology flowers.
Yeah. That girl
That's
good.
A bad girl. Bad.
That girl good.
Yeah, she know it too, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Who are you
mine
giving
will also
yours
be
to?
short. Yeah, another Aces player. I want to give flowers to Cheyenne Parker Tyus. We touched on it for a second, but seeing her, well, let me go back to even when they acquired her in the offseason. I was like, this is the perfect player for the Aces. It's what they needed. This was pre-Nalissa Smith. Like, it was exactly what the Aces were missing.
Yep.
She's out on maternity leave. She has her baby July 1st, like July of this year, and is already back on the court playing professional basketball in the playoffs. And I am just in awe of her. And I think she can't do any wrong because she's there and she's able to have effort and be able to run up and down a basketball court. That is incredible. So
I love that.
think
yes,
this comeback for her is great, but also the timing of this comeback. She is helping her team. Like, she has leapfrogged Kia Stokes, Megas Gustafson. Like, those were the players that were kind of in place, but Cheyenne Parker Tyus was supposed to be that backup post. And for her to get back to that spot so quickly, like, her baby is 3 months.
That's
barely.
a good one, Jordan. Yeah.
Flowers.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm in awe. Okay. We love that. That was Sending Flowers, sponsored by Cash App. As you heard me say at the top of the show, new Cash App users use our code to get free money. Use our code Hoopers. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 right in your account. Thank you, Cash App. And thank you, as always, Sheryl. So fun to break these down with you.
Let's see what happens. I love you, Jordan.
I love you too. More playoff basketball. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an update. Your support means the world. And if you're feeling generous, leaving a quick rating or review helps more Hoops fans discover the show. And you can now see us on our brand new YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe there. Shoot us an email at women'shoops@odyssey.com to tell us what's on your mind. We want to hear your hottest takes, your burning questions, and all your feelings about all things women's hoops. We just might feature your note on the show. That's women'shoops@odyssey.com. The Women's Hoop Show is an Odyssey original podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson. Today, our co-host was Sheryl Swoops. Our producer is Phil Switek. Our video team is led by Kurt Courtney and includes Tim Meikle, Evan Cox, Allison Jeffrey, and Lauren Vieira. Our executive producers are Greg Holtzman, Asha Saluja, Danny Freisinger, Maddie Sprunkheiser, and Leah Reese-Dennis. And special thanks to Moira Curran and Josephina Francis.